Hello there, and we are live. See ya, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to the show. See ya. Um, I, the smile I had starting up this show, yeah, when I said we are live, yeah, it's like someone just slapped that smile out of my face right now because that's how I feel. Yeah, guys, I'm not here to joke. Yeah, this is for real. Yeah. See, guys, yeah, you are welcome, yeah, to season one, episode 15. Let that sink in. Guys, you're welcome to the Darlan Claude Show, episode 15. See ya, guys. You always know I have my partner in crime in this show. I don't own this show. That's the most fascinating thing. Yeah. It's a connection, yeah. It's a co-owned show. And see ya, guys. I have my fellow captain down here with me, Oregon Guna. Oregon Guna in famous Dow, DVS. Yeah, you're welcome to the show. How you doing, brother?
Good, man. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, man. Happy
Monday.
Monday.
Dive
Happy
into
Monday,
it.
man.
Been
Mm.
an
How have you
interesting
been doing,
weekend.
man? How have you
I've
been
been
doing,
good.
man?
Good. Good. Just getting ready for the Christmas holidays. Kids last week of school, and they get 2 weeks off coming up. So probably take
Mm.
some time off to be available to do some more shows and talk about this inconsistent club we're dealing with on a week in and week out basis. But
Mm.
yeah, no, Monday's good, and yeah, let's dive into it. Hope you're well
Let's
too.
dive into it. Yeah, yeah, sure,
Everybody in the
sure,
chat.
sure. Sure, man. Big up to Oregon Guinness. He says, big up the chart. Static is already down here with us. He says, hey, Tony and the VS, let me know about next week. I might join you too briefly. I'm unavailable tonight. Work commitments. Yeah, big up to you, Static, man. To be nice to have you. Definitely, I'll send you the links next week. Me and Oregon Gunnar will have a longer show by then. Oregon Gunnar, we don't have much time today, but you know what? Yeah, let's delve into this.
Ooh.
Aston Villa versus Arsenal. See, man, what what were we doing? Yes, what were we doing on Saturday?
We
What
were
a
facing
shit
our
show!
chances. Yeah,
What
we
a
were facing
shit
our
show!
chances.
Oregon Gunner, yeah. I want you to open your mind. Speak
Mm.
your mind. See, you can curse. I don't care. Do anything. Do anything. Tell me how you felt about Saturday's matchup, man. Just do us
Um,
that honor and give us
it,
that dignity by just telling us how you felt in that
it,
matchup on
it
Saturday.
felt like
At
one of those
this
days where
moment.
the ball just was not going to go in the back of the net.
Mm,
We could still be playing that game and we probably wouldn't score. So I don't know. I just don't see the consistency we're getting from Martinelli and Saka, Jesus, our forward three. Yeah, it's easy to pound Sheffield. It's easy to pound Luton Town. Well, that was a struggle. I'll take that back. It's easy to pound, Lons and Sevilla and some of these teams like we did Sevilla earlier in the season. Um, I just, I just don't know what to make of it. I don't know what he's telling the guys. What is he telling these kids before they go out there? We knew he was on the sideline. I don't think that had anything to do with anything because he was still passing messages to AirPod Albert. So I just think that it's a lack of leadership. It's a lack of
mm,
leadership and a lack of like even footballing IQ. I mean, there's times where we were good during the first half, I just in defense and some work in the midfield by Rice, but it definitely wasn't his best game by a country mile. I think that's probably one of his worst performances in Arsenal shirt, but he's still one of the better players on the pitch.
mm.
Um, so all eyes have to go to Odegaard. I'm sorry, they do. It's in hindsight, Arteta got the lineup pretty much right.
Hmm.
No, I don't really have a problem with Ben White at right back. I do now, the way he gave up the goal against McGinn. But at the same time, who's to say Tommy would have gotten spun or Gabrielle? And
Yeah.
in my ratings on after the game on the match reaction with TJ and Connor, it was sort of like everyone made mistakes. There wasn't really one glaring player, but it all lands on the lap. I think this time much more on Odegaard than it does Arteta. Um, you know,
Everyone
Odegaard
is
has
to
those chances,
Divias,
bro. It's just
everyone is to blame. Come on, man.
yeah,
Everyone is
yeah.
to blame.
But Odegaard's the
Pathetic is to
captain,
blame.
Tony.
Odegaard is to blame. We have
It's
to
games
blame all
like
these guys, all of
this
them.
is this
All
is
of
why
them.
Rice needs the armband because Odegaard does not have the ability to take the game by the scruff of the neck and push the
Mm,
lads forward. He just doesn't have that ability. Rice does. We've seen it. We've seen him score two late winners, the one against United, obviously the one against Luton Town. So there's
Mm,
something there that Rice can contribute. And I brought this up, with who was it? I thought with Lee Gunner on the show. Like, I know these are drastic times, so maybe drastic times require drastic things. If things don't really improve by the end of December, I'm saying you strip Odegaard of the captaincy. I
mm.
don't see another way that we're going to push this squad mentally to be prepared for the upcoming fixtures after the first of the year. And
Hmm.
that sounds crazy to some people. I know it rarely happens, and it
That's
would
that's
devastate
a big one,
Odegaard.
man. That's a big
But I
one,
mean,
man.
I don't see the leadership, Tony, and it's games like we need Aston Villa the leadership. And it's going to get much more difficult as we get into the deeper winter months in January and February. Odegaard has been disappearing, and I know that just sounds out of the ordinary. I get it, but these drastic times
It's
call
not.
for drastic measures. I'm trying to win a
It's not.
trophy.
It's not out
I'm
of the
not here to dick
ordinary.
around about who had a good game one game or the next. It doesn't matter because it all evens out in the end if you don't win anything. You
If
know,
you don't win anything, exactly,
right,
man. See, Odegaard was in Pluto. I didn't see him in that matchup.
right,
Totally, I
yeah,
get that. The only thing there, we'll come back to his match to that matchup here. See, DVS, when you talk about stripping him off the captaincy, I want that too. But I don't
mm,
just think we're in the right space because, actually, in fairness, I don't think it's really that fair to strip him off that captain armband right now within a season because I'm thinking of the
right,
drastic repercussions and the ripple effect in the
right,
dressing room. Yeah, it might be torn, it might be divided. Some team members might be so loyal to Odegaard and his captaincy,
sure,
while some might be a little bit, on the side of Declan Rice, mind you, who just came into the team just this
right.
last summer.
Well, I know
Yeah,
it's
so
the
it
same as
might bring up a little bit of a
out
rancor, but I hear that shout. I want Declan Rice to be captain because he has
there.
everything. He can talk, he can shout, he can galvanize the team, he can put in performances. But then we have Odegaard, number one. He can't even talk. I don't want someone who's out there clapping fans. No, no, no.
Right,
I didn't bring you to the football club to clap out fans. No, that's what I want. What I want.
right,
I want performances. I want leadership. Part of leadership, it's knowing when and how to organize your players, motivate them. See, yeah, that game against Aston Villa was
mm.
shameful. It was shameful. Do you know what made it more shameful for me? Because Aston Villa were there for the taking.
Oh,
Oregon Gunner, they were
had
there for the
control.
taking. I didn't
Yeah,
see anything special. I didn't see anything. See, the big Man City. Don't get that twisted. Yeah, the big Man United this season. The big Man City. I think they've also beaten
right.
Chelsea this season. But don't get it twisted. There's nothing special about this Aston Villa team.
Mm.
We held up to 61% of the ball
We
possession.
did.
They
We
had
did.
39, and they were having 10 shots, 10 goal attempts, while
Right.
Arsenal was having 12. Where is all the ball possession? Where
Right.
is all the ball possession?
It was all passed laterally back and forth and lost. I don't, how many times did we win the ball in our attacking in their back third, our attacking third? Several times. Maybe Martinez made a couple mistakes where he was throwing it out, the back to the defender. We were right on him. We just couldn't finish our dinner. But at the same time, in the midfield, I heard the statistic this morning from Jez that we lost 70% of our possession in the midfield, even though overall we had 60 some percent. In the midfield part of the pitch, we were down, we had 30% possession. So that just goes to show you that the Rice, Havertz, Odegaard mixture is just really at times not good enough for some of these
It's not.
better
It's not
teams.
good enough. It's not good
We're
enough.
missing Thomas
It's not
Partey,
good
but to
enough.
me, Thomas Partey's gone in January to Juve. I think that's pretty much a done deal. So that's why we're looking at Polina. That's why we're looking. We're looking at Ruben Neves and so forth. Um, if we brought in somebody who's still another engine, that's better than Kai Havertz, even though Kai Havertz
Subramendi.
was the best
Subramendi.
player on the pitch of the day.
Why, why,
I
why
don't.
are see? Why are we going for Fubu when we can get Giorgio Armani and Tommy Hilfiger? Why are we going for all these half-baked players here? Even
Right.
Paulinho, I don't want him. Go for the guys who can come here and kill.
Right.
Subramendi is a good guy. Look at what, see, with examples, look at what he's doing for Real Sociedad. Go and
Right.
get this guy.
We're not going to
Yeah,
spend
with
Ferrari
50,
money,
60
bro.
million, we'll get this guy.
We're not
Go
going to
and
spend
get
our
him.
money. We're not going to spend Gucci money in the January window, though. I wish
Oh
we'd
my.
spend Gucci money, some little bit of Versace, throw it
Bro,
on the
if you
budget.
want to
You know
win
what I
the
mean?
title, if you want to win the title, go spend Gucci money.
I
How
know,
about that?
Tony. I know.
Go and
You're
spend
preaching to the
Gucci money.
choir, bro. I
If you're
know. I know.
serious, if you're serious, go
I
spend
think
Gucci
I think
money.
Arteta's is serious, but I question how serious really some of the players are. I mean, just like Saka's out of form. It's too. What I saw Saturday was just something that was too rehearsed. It was too um, just I don't know how to say it. Too rehearsed. It's too predictable. Predictable is the word I'm
Mm,
looking for. It's too predictable. When
mm.
Odegaard gets the ball, he looks left or right. If he doesn't see Martinelli, he goes right to Saka. If Saka can't do
Exactly.
anything,
It's
he double teams
predictable.
right to Odegaard. He gets knocked off the ball, and we lose possession. Or we try, I mean, that's what I saw against Aston Villa. In some games, it works, right? But I'm
Mm,
tired of seeing Saka hit the ball, thinking he's going to dribble invertedly on the outline of the 18-yard box and slam it in far post. I mean, it's not going to happen every single game, and that seems to be our motive operandi, right? We go,
mm.
we that's our style of playing. We push
Yeah.
Zinchenko up, we turn to a 3-4-3, and we rely on Saka to tiki taki and slam it in the far post. And when that doesn't happen, that's when we lose the plan B, and that's when things fall apart. Because after a while, you can see, Tony, even like the 35th minute, we were down on ourselves because we were still trying and trying and trying, and and that's when I think mistakes happen. But it's like you have
Mm.
to be critical in the final third. There's no room to just get these decent opportunities that Havertz was providing Odegaard. I think with two good assists. I've one in the first, one in the second, I believe. Somebody can correct me in the chat if I'm wrong about when that was, but there was two great chances that Havertz created for Odegaard that he went missing on. That he just one was close, but the other one I think he just blew out into the stands somewhere or shot it right at Martinez. I don't know what to do when they can't shoot. There's no. It's and again that's
Mm.
why I'm falling more on Odegaard than I am Arteta. I think
See,
Odegaard has the ability
double
to tell these guys where to go. Be the captain, right?
Oregon Gunner, Oregon Gunner. See, it's simple. It's simple. They're both to blame. All of them. They're all to blame. See, yeah. Have you noticed? We brought this up last week also when we were talking to most, and we've been banging on this point of
Actually,
Martin Odegaard because the whole team, yeah, is centralized on this character called Martin Odegaard. Is the
right,
chief provider, is the chief protector, is the chief of everything. And he also doubles as our captain of this football club. So when it goes bad with him, it goes bad entirely for our team. We can't
right.
produce, we can't create. And you know
Yep.
what? Yeah, look, I even know it was even more glaring in that Aston Villa matchup. Yeah, Mikel
Mm,
Arteta have started this bloody tactic. Yeah, of allowing Martin Odegaard to leave his position as an attacking midfielder, come in deep to actually take the ball out from the defense. Have you seen it? He did it nothing less than eight times in
because
the
that's
matchup
Kai
against
Havertz
Aston
job,
Villa. Why is Declan Rice there? That's his job to protect the back four,
right?
progress the ball a little bit into more attacking positions, and that's where we are to find Martin Odegaard to create and open up spaces. But lo and behold, I'm seeing Martin Odegaard dropping in deep to get the ball directly from our
Right.
defense. Then, when that ball finally progresses, who is there in the creative spot to actually create opportunities for these guys? That's how bad
Mm,
it is. That's how bad it is. It's very important. And guys, don't allow the goals that Martin Odegaard have scored in the last 4 or 5 matches to gloss, to add gloss all over his performances.
right.
He hasn't been given even 80% because we've seen, see, he put himself in trouble because we've seen what he has produced last season, and
Right.
when we're watching him this season, we've seen that he's not producing what he did last season. There's a
Right.
big problem. There's a big problem. There's a mental block with him. But again, you have to play games, you have to improve, and that's why you're the captain. So if you're not improving in 4 or 5 games and you're glossing over because of 1 or 2 goals you're scoring, I'm sorry, man. We have to, we have to do something. But we're totally screwed. We don't even have a desirable bench in it. That.
Right. Well, but he doesn't trust the bench. That's obvious. I mean,
Mm.
we made our first sub in what, the 72nd minute or something like that, while he had 4 subs out already on the pitch, raring to go. I mean, it was just another Arteta mediocre performance. But he got the only thing I think he got right out of that was the lineup, because that's what we had to go with injuries and so forth. But it just goes to show, like I said before, the Havertz, Rice, Odegaard combination in the midfield just doesn't work right. It'll work fine against Sheffield. It'll work good against Bournemouth, etc., because Odegaard has 4 or 5 yards to move with the ball. But once you're pressed onto him, like peanut butter on jelly, you know, this is what happens. And he comes. It's like sometimes it looked like Aston Villa. The roles were reversed, right? Havertz should
Mm.
be the Xhaka role of dropping back, like you're
Yeah.
saying Odegaard was, but instead it was Odegaard doing the Xhaka role. Well, Havertz was kind of more of the free midfielder. And is that something Arteta wanted to happen, or is that something Airport Albert kind of said at the last minute? Hey
It's
guys,
Ateta. It's Ateta. We all know that Airport Albert has no say in this thing. It's Ateta. It's
for sure,
him.
for sure.
Let's call a spade a spade. It's Ateta. Ateta is to blame for all these things, yeah. And again, we had
Right.
to see,
But it's
see,
not
see,
Arteta's fault
see.
that
We,
Odegaard
we
can't
see.
finish his dinner. It's not Arteta's fault that Odegaard can't score two great goals. It's not Arteta's fault that Martinelli won't lift his head up. It's not Arteta's fault that Saka gets double teamed and then loses ideas of where to go. He's a professional footballer. We're trying to do what we did last season, and we don't have the capacity or the ability or even the players, because we're missing Xhaka in some games. I never thought I'd say that, but in some games like the Villa one, I think someone more like Xhaka, more physical, would be just a better fit for that type of game, because
See.
those
Oh,
midfielders are strong and big for Villa, right? I mean, like Kamara's no mug. Douglas Luiz is having the season of his life, you
hmm,
know. And then they bring on Don Decker, who's a decent player. They
definitely.
have a decent bench. Obviously they brought in a couple of players like Ramsey and Don Decker, who to me are fucking walk-ons at Arsenal. I would
Mm,
take Jacob Ramsey right now.
mm. It's
There's,
true.
it's just it's
See, yeah,
mind-boggling.
I hear you. I hear you, Oregon Gunner. But
You know,
again, it's make a lot. Of course, it's good you call out Martinelli's and all these guys who can put their head up. But again, it's also good to call out this manager. He was the one that insisted and gave Rhys Nelson a new deal. A new deal to do what? He can't
right,
even play and come and give Bukayo Saka a rest in the first place.
right.
See, we are screwed. We're screwed. This manager has screwed us.
We got to do
He
big
has
things in
screwed us.
January.
See, it was this manager in the first place, yeah, that took £65 million and went to get Kai Havertz. And you know what? Let this sink in. Kai Havertz was our best player on the pitch on Saturday.
He
Oregon Gunner,
was.
let that sink in. Let that sink in. He
I
was
know.
the best player on the pitch on Saturday. Just let that marinate. Yeah, guys in the charts. Let that marinate. Yeah. Kai Havertz who have taken abuse, yeah, from me. I'm culpable for that. And other Gunners alike, he's taken abuse, he's taken everything. Yeah, he was the best player on the pitch. He created chances for us on
Mhm.
Saturday. Where was Martin Odegaard? Where was Gabriel Jesus? Falling down everywhere
Oh,
around the
there you
pitch.
go. Yeah,
Declan
yeah.
Rice didn't even have a good game, but I don't want to get at the back of Declan Rice because how many times will this player is a human being? How many times will this guy save our asses? Yeah, he can't do it all
Right.
game. He has to have an off day. Sometimes
And,
he has to have an off day. Yeah,
and Villa's
where was
midfield are pretty
Martinelli?
good.
Those passes he was given to no one. And again, I don't even blame Martin Odegaard because we have a striker who was a
Yeah,
number 9 striker who was
right.
nowhere in the 18-yard box. We have Gabriel Jesus. Where is he? When those attacks are coming in, where is he? And then we look into the bench, yeah. And then we brought a Trossard, they fluffed his lines, yeah, totally like I don't even know what happened. I don't want to get on his back. But then
Mhm.
we look into the bench for motivation, and then we bring in Eddie Nketiah.
I know. Like
Guys in the charts,
that's not
let
going to
that
happen,
sink in. We
right?
go bring Eddie Nketiah and we need a goal.
He's going to
And you
perform
see,
miracles or
what are
something.
these guys thinking? Are these guys okay? Have they run mad in that football club? Are they okay?
Jesus can't run 90 minutes.
We're done. We're done. We're done. The
Jesus
Southern Gunner
can't run
says, yes,
90 minutes.
scandalous performance Saturday.
Mhm.
Kai was the man on Saturday. Odegaard is a coward. Oregon Gunner, take it up.
I I don't see how he's inspirational to the squad. How is Odegaard is going to inspire Martinelli to lift his head up? Yeah, I mean, I, the reason why I think it comes down on Odegaard so much is because when you've got those chances, you've got number one, finish them, and number two, you've got to continue with the same thing. It's like he was coming too far back to get the ball, and I don't understand why. Why he wasn't even telling Kai to do that? Why doesn't he have
That's
Declan Rice to do that? I mean, why isn't he working with Arteta to try and reshape the game a bit? And I don't know. It's just like we got the ball, we push up. We lose it, we pull back. We push up, and it was a little more back and forth than I wanted. But at times, like I said, we had them stuck in their own half. And Ollie Watkins didn't even get a sniff in the first half.
exactly.
And
That's
so
how bad it
why?
is.
It's finishing, man. It's got to be the finishing. We've got to work on our finishing. I don't know
See,
what
yeah,
else
anyone
there's to say to that
anyone, the
because
Oregon Gunner, yeah, even on Twitter, yeah, I'm seeing some Arsenal fans who are saying, let's have patience with Gabriel Jesus, and I'm looking at this and I'm saying, oh my God, are these Arsenal fans? Are these guys? See, I shed tears. I saw one guy on Twitter this afternoon after I came back from work just to have peace. Yeah, see, we lost against Aston Villa, yeah, and just as if these guys don't want to give me more peace, yeah. I opened Twitter just to go post something. I hardly go to Twitter. I just went down there and I'm seeing some guy just opening his mouth. Yeah, I'm usually that kind of guy that I get to listen to people's opinions. Yeah, and then this guy was just saying, I don't really think we need a striker. Gabriel Jesus can be, bro. I said, what is this nonsense? Are these guys
yes,
Arsenal fans? Are they seeing what we're seeing?
right.
Aston Villa were there for the taking. We couldn't score a goal,
Yeah, I mean, like
and we're
Welch said,
challenging for the
they
title.
got
Are
lucky
these guys
essentially.
serious? These
Well, I
guys
mean,
are deluded. I
there's
thought
also two talking points, Tony, that
I
I
was
know
the
some people
deluded one, but these guys
have.
are deluded.
There's a couple talking points in this game. It's not all just Odegaard missing shots. To me, like I want to go to the handball, right? That
Mm,
could have been a goal.
mm,
And then some people we can disagree with this, but to me, that ball hit Matty Cash in the arm first before it hit Havertz.
yeah,
I'm not going to blame the ref, right? I mean, these are events that go against us. I get upset about, but in the end, it happens to all teams, right? So I'm not going to make a big issue out of it. There's
mm,
always some VAR calls almost every match that goes against one team or another. That's just the way it's going to go. However, when looking back at that, hey, big
mm.
up, Paul. I
Big ups, Paul. Paul Forwell, Blue Nose. Big ups to you. You're a legend, man. You support me everywhere I go. Big ups to you, Paul, man. Massive, massive respect to you, Paul, man. Big ups. Yeah,
Yeah, if you look closely again, to me, it looks like it hits Matty Cash on the arm. It hits Havertz, a couple on the chest. The arm goes in, right?
yeah,
Um, you could even say Douglas Luiz kind of pulled Jesus's leg across for that penalty, right? Where he
yeah,
kicked out at Jesus's leg. So I think there's two legitimate mistakes by the ref, VAR, whatever, right? That would have
yeah,
obviously led to penalties for us, which would have, in hindsight, maybe have won us the game. But at the
yeah.
same time, like I said, that happens every single game in the league, actually across all leagues. So do we get should we have gotten a couple calls? Probably. Looking at it again, Matty Cash off Havertz in the goal. It should have been a pen. Douglas Luiz, it really looked like he kicked and like hooked his Jesus's leg out on purpose. Should have been a pen. But that's either here or there. It doesn't stop the fact that we only had 30% control of the midfield. It doesn't stop the fact that Odegaard couldn't finish his dinner. And again, it doesn't stop the fact that Martinelli won't lift his head up and Saka is predictable. So these things aren't changing until something changes with Arteta and some of how he wants to use these players. We could have brought Reese Nelson on for Martinelli at halftime. We could have brought
Mm,
Trossard on at halftime. We could have brought, Reese Nelson on the right side. We could have brought ESR on
mm,
if he was fit. I don't even know if he was on the bench, but if he was, use him. I mean,
yeah.
it glaringly shows he has zero faith in the bench.
Mm.
With
Uh,
a substitute like that in the
There's not,
73rd.
but again, see, zero bench. See, there's nothing like zero confidence. There's no one on the bench. Let's be frank. Is it an El Neni who hasn't gotten a decent performance this season, decent minutes this season? Who is the inspiration on that bench? We have no one. It's the
Oh,
manager. He screwed us entirely. We don't have any inspiration. See, yeah, see, even to an extent, yeah, I pity Arsenal fan base. You look at the bench. It's not inspiring enough. We don't have players
not at
who we could
all.
call upon to even do magic for us. We have a problem, a junior problem. At least other teams have people that they could call up on the bench, yeah, to come and do
Mhm.
some. At least Man City, yeah, Doku is out, Grealish is outside there doing something. Wh- I can't look at our bench for inspiration. I
Right.
can't. Trossard is having a bad spell right now. El Neni can
Yeah.
come up. And then he can come up and he's getting salary from this team. Cedric the entertainer is still down here getting a salary. We can't even
Yeah.
get him in to
Yeah.
play. Uh,
Well, he's on my list of 7 to 9 players out. I mean, Cedric has got to go this January or this summer. I mean, this is going to be a joke.
See,
And
bro,
there's so
see,
many
this
other
will blow
better
your mind.
players in
This
the
will blow
spot.
your mind. Do you know we have a right back right now who's playing with an injury? Do you know
Ben
Benjamin White
White,
is playing
Tommy
with an
also.
injury? Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not fully fit.
No.
He's not fully fit. He's
No.
not. And they're playing him. We're
He.
screwed. But people don't get it. We're screwed. See, yeah, big up to DJ Crane who is down here. He says, "Sup, my dudes, Tony Po Po Po, DVS Po Po Po. Big ups to you. Longhead Yeti is down here. London Calling, who I met on Josh's show. Big up to you. You're also on the show too. Big up to you, DJ Crane, Longhead Yeti, Moss Sports World is down here with us. Here today is down here with us. Big up to you guys. See, yeah,
Mhm.
DVS, why are we not getting decisions from VAR? Is it that Mikel Arteta with his big mouth, yeah, has
Mhm.
totally cost us, decisions that we should have been getting from these referees? Because that was a goal. I'm sorry, man. I don't get it. That was a goal. How can this guy be denying us goal scoring opportunities match after match after match? There was
Mhm.
lots of kicks. See, even Edin Ketia was being elbowed. No yellow cards, no red cards. We're not
Right.
getting anything from these referees. These
Right.
guys are showing us who is boss. And they're telling Mikel Arteta, you dare challenge us. You dare open your dirty mouth to talk to us. Well, this is what you get. Are we totally screwed by this manager? Or what? What? Because this is where experience counts, yeah. An experienced manager won't come out and talk about these things because you know the end game. You won't get decisions. So are we screwed in all this? We can't get decisions from the FA. The PGMO keeps disrespecting us, talking to us anyhow. We can't see they sent off the manager just for celebrating. This is how tough they've come up, upon us. It's tough out there. We're not getting penalties. We're not getting refereeing decisions. Nothing is going our way. Our players are not playing quite well. Odegaard is down and now. We don't have a striker. The odds is totally against us.
The
Uh,
sky's falling,
brother,
Tony. The sky's
bro,
falling.
talk to us, man. Talk to us, man.
Yeah, right now we're just in it's kind of a shit show from top to bottom, as we've known for a while. Um, I just got to look at. My only hope, Tony, is to look at the fixtures coming up and saying, "Oh, we can get something out of this one. We can get something out of that one." Right? I know.
Brighton,
What else is there to
Fulham,
look at?
Liverpool, three times in
Right.
6 weeks.
Fulham has scored 10 goals in 2 games. I know. Right, but those teams are all worse than Aston Villa.
Oh
Right,
my
and we got to
God.
go to Fulham, I believe, because Fulham, I think we drew with them at the Emirates in the early of the season. So, but the other teams are going to have issues too. I think City has Villa, Chelsea, and United coming up or something like that. Um, so I still think if you look at the other teams' schedules, there's definitely going to be points dropped by the big 3 or 4 right now. Aston Villa are an incredible run, but I believe maybe somebody could change, give me the stats. I think most of those of their 15, well now 16 game run, most of those are at home. which
mm,
means they have to do some traveling at the end of the season. Which I
mm.
don't. I truly believe Aston Villa will capitulate and end up probably fourth place.
Mm. See,
I really
Oregon
do.
Gunner, yeah. Oregon Gunner, Kai Havertz, yeah. See, I'm all about positivity also because I'm a straight talker. Yeah, I'm a straight. See, I'm shameless. I'm a
Right,
straight talker. Kai Havertz has been one of the most castigated players, yeah, on
right.
this channel. Yeah, I led a campaign that to tear this guy down because he didn't give us performances. But you know what? Yeah, I'm shameless. Yeah, and you know what? Yeah, I'm that humble one. Yeah, I'm also a very humble person. I will eat any words that I feel that, I've made a mistake, I've jumped the gun or something like that. I'm that kind of guy to, I'm sorry. Let's move on. For the
Yeah,
greater good. For the
yeah.
greater good. Yeah, that's
Step
it.
above
Yeah,
the line,
Oregon
man.
good, am I correct? For the greater good. Sometimes you just
Yes,
have to be shameless.
about the
See,
club.
you know what, yeah, Kai Havertz was the best player on the pitch. Let that sink in, guys in the
Oh,
charts,
it's
yeah.
sunk in.
I will
Trust me.
swallow my words. I'm shameless like that.
Exactly.
See,
Yeah.
yeah. See, what do you have to say about his performance out there on Saturday, and on
Mm,
how we're using him? Because previously, yeah, he wasn't putting in performances. So I noticed that our team were actually bypassing Kai Havertz in a whole lot of things. Do you
right.
think that right now that Kai Havertz is trying to get himself into this team and finding
Possibly.
new form and a new lease of life? Don't you think it's the right time, that the players should start trusting him more and make our attack less predictable? Because
Mm,
something has to be tweaked. These guys in the league, they've already found us out. So why not just do the humble thing, Lateta, and tweak the attack a little bit? Use Kai
right.
Havertz more. His aerial abilities is super. It's good with the way we're seeing him play right now.
Mhm.
Why don't we use him in these areas to at least get us some goals until January, where we can shamelessly go and get Ivan Tony or do something like that?
Right.
Shamelessly use this guy and make him the center of your play because these guys are not scoring goals. We need those options right now to make our attack less predictable. What do you think, man? Kai
Well,
Havertz and his role in this Arsenal team.
I think we have to wait and see what next weekend next weekend brings with Kai Havertz, right?
Mm,
Because this could just totally be a one-off. Because the rest of them were so bad that it made
mm,
Kai Havertz look good, right? I mean,
mm,
Yeti and Onomi say here, Kai, your best players, really, dudes. Havertz best player says it all, right? So again, if we're looking at Kai Havertz to bring up the standard, then I think we're looking in the wrong direction. However, with regards to the Villa game, why not put Havertz up front and not bring Eddie and Kenny on and bring Trossard at left mid, right?
mm.
Or or Trossard for Martinelli, etc. But then you have the left mid hole. You could put El Neni in there. That's the thing that irritates me is, and I know you as well, and the other gunners in here. When you see a player playing well, just you don't always have to like take them out. You can always switch positions, right? I think it would have been
Exactly.
very smart
Switch it up.
if Jesus isn't doing anything come the 65th, 68th minute, and Kai Havertz just seemed to be the guy that day, put him up front and put Trossard in at left mid or put El Neni in, like I said, or ESR if he's fit. I mean, those are the things that Arteta gets bashed for. Not those are the decisions that we see as fans that we bash Arteta for. And someone said in the chat, we should bash Arteta, we're bash Odegaard, whatever. We bash them all. We're just
We
critically
bash them
critical
all.
of the
Everyone
club
takes it.
because Aston Villa, we know they're good away, but those games you have to score a goal. When they score in the seventh, eighth minute, and you basically still have 90 minutes to play, and you can't score one. I mean, and then again, we're relying on that late goal. You could see it, Tony. You could see the push and the energy at the end to get that 89th minute goal. And I get that. If you're up 1-1, if it's we had literally 85 to 96 minutes to get, just get one. And that's what was so frustrating. And that's why we bang on Odegaard and Arteta. And that's why we get on all these squad players, is because, look, man, you have over an hour just to put one in the onion bag. And they're getting close, but close doesn't count, right? I mean, It's like and sometimes we're trying to score that perfect goal. It's like shoot the ball. Like how many times you yell it at our television?
Even the
We're
shoot,
trying to stop
who's
it.
gonna
Shoot
shoot?
the ball. Every
Who's
Martin just
gonna
carry
shoot?
it out.
Who's gonna shoot? We have Martin Odegaard who's in the
They're
18
in
yard
the
box
wrong
and
position.
he's to shoot, and then
Right.
he passes it to Martinez
Who loses the ball?
Martinez
It's
instead
too
of putting it in the top beans.
right.
What are we talking about? What is this?
They just
What
need
is
to
this?
shoot, bro. I know.
Bro, see, man, that game really pissed me off. The reason it pissed me off, it's not like Aston Villa is in a good team. It's not like we played too badly, but in the fact that Aston Villa was there for the taking, that's what hurt me most. They were
Yeah.
there for the taking. We had opportunities to seal
Yeah.
that game
Whole
four
first half.
nil and get out
Yep.
of that place winners. Yeah,
Gotta
and
be
again,
clinical with them,
these are
bro.
the kind of games. Yeah, see, you know what? Yeah, these are the kind of games that are called statement games. We're meant to go to Villa Park. Yeah, show them
Yes.
who's boss, get 3 points, come out of there. Yeah, and the next week, these teams will be scared to play us. But
Right.
right now, yeah, do you think Brighton, with such performance, do you think Brighton will be afraid of us? No, they would say, "Ah, this
I don't
guy's
think
stop.
any team's afraid
Let's
of us,
have
bro.
a go
Luton,
at them.
Luton showed us that.
Let's have a go.
Luton showed us
Let's
that
have a
no
go."
team in the Prem is afraid of Arsenal. No, no team's
Exactly.
afraid of us, bro. The only
Fulham,
teams that
Fulham,
people are afraid of is Man City and Liverpool, because
Fulham.
Man City bully you, and Liverpool have an incredible attack right
Trust
now.
me, trust me. Fulham will be wetting their pants right now. Yeah,
After
they'll
they've
be
scored 10 goals in 2 games, you're absolutely
wanking too
right.
hard,
They're
wanking
they're
too
waiting
hard
for
to
us.
play against
Yep,
us. Yeah, they will
yep,
have a serious boner to play
yep.
against us. They can't stop licking their lips to play against us. This is the truth. They're
They
waiting. They're waiting because
annihilated
when
West
they see this type of games, yeah, against Luton, scoring
Ham.
three
Yeah,
goals, against us, when they see the performance against Aston Villa, they're licking their lips. They're ready to play against us. But you know what, yeah, Oregon Gunner, are you confident in the next 3-4 games that Arsenal is going to pull something, out of the haystack in this game?
we're talking 4 games, 12 points. We're looking at who again? Brighton.
We're
I
looking
don't.
at Brighton. We're looking at Fulham. We're looking at
Oh yeah, yeah.
Liverpool.
Right,
The
right.
first
Okay, so
game
we're
we're
looking at
having 3 games in 6 weeks. So
those three, so 9 points. Um, I, I do think we can get something out of Brighton, because I think we'll play the kids in the Champions League tomorrow, which will give the first teamers some rest. Hopefully, those kids can inspire the first team a bit to push on for Saturday or Sunday. I have to see what day it is, but I think I think we can get something at Brighton, to be honest, because Brighton's very up and down. They hammered Man United, right? I think they beat Newcastle, but then Brighton have been hammered too a couple times. It'll be it'll be like the Aston Villa game, but the Fulham game is definitely something to look after. Like I said, they've scored 10 goals now in 2 games. They absolutely destroyed West Ham on the weekend, which I think I predicted West Ham a 3-1 win or something like that. Coming off of who they played, it was at Tottenham. They beat Tottenham, right? Yeah, they beat Tottenham 2-1 the other day. But get my thoughts straight here. But yeah, with Liverpool, man, it's yeah, I don't think we're gonna get 3 points at Anfield. I think we're going to Anfield, I believe, right? Or they come into Emirates. Either way, it doesn't matter. I don't think we're going to get 3 points against Liverpool,
uh,
because
I can
they
see
they
Moss. I
have a
can see Moss.
midfielder.
I can see Moss having a scuffle with the
Yeah,
guys in the charts. But
yeah.
Moss, please tell me, are you inspired, yeah, to play against Brighton, Liverpool, and the rest of them in the next 3 games, 4 games? Yeah, how many points will Arsenal come out with? I just want to know. Let me know if you're inspired with how we've played in the last 2, 3 games. Please let me know how many points we're gonna come out with in this next 3 games. See, I do respect your opinion. I'm an opinion guy. So definitely I have to respect your opinion and I respect you as a person. But please tell me, are you confident enough to go to Anfield with the way we're playing? Right
No,
now, Moss, are you inspired to go to Anfield and get a win? See, Oregon Gunner, yeah, you know what, yeah? Even against Brighton, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, see,
yeah,
I'm sorry. See, I'm a positive guy. I'm not this kind of guy that wants to. But see, man, even against Brighton, man, bro, I don't see us beating Brighton. I'm sorry. I don't see us beating Brighton. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I
I'm
still probably watch that
sorry.
game. I mean, to be honest, Tony, I'm 50-50, right?
I'm
50% chance of
50-50 on
losing.
that one.
I mean, but at the same time, I, I don't know. I think we can beat them. I do have that Arsenal confidence most of the time, right? But I'm also, as you guys all know, I'm a realist, right? I try to be as realistic and critical as possible because it's okay to be optimistic all the time, right? The world doesn't need a bunch of Tyos and Julians from AFTV
Mm,
running around because then nothing gets said, right? That's reality in some cases. So,
mm.
like Leah putting up right there, West Ham, Fulham, Liverpool, Brighton. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough run, but I think out of 12 points, there's probably 6 points there. I definitely think we will lose to Liverpool. I don't even think we'll draw with them
Yeah.
because I mean, Soboslai, come on, the guy's controlling the midfield. Endo looks like
Endo, or this
decent
guy's
signing.
Arnold scoring inhuman, superhuman
Ryan
goals.
Gravenberch. I mean, that guy's a monster, bro. Just
Mm,
with the
mm.
ball, just pummeling down the field.
Oh my God.
I don't see anyone. Rice would have to slide tackle to stop him. Because and then again it goes back to like with recruitment and against and it. Sorry, Moss Sports. It kind of goes back to Odegaard not being the physical type midfielder we need.
We
I
need. Yeah.
want a fat Frank Lampard. I don't need a speedy, skinny guy that can do tricks and flicks with the ball. I need someone who's strong, direct, and can push defenders and strikers from behind off the
Exactly.
ball. And can
Exactly.
push the ball forward. Or I want someone like Szoboszlai that is an absolute dynamo machine, right?
Exactly.
That can run
Exactly.
97 minutes. Odegaard, sometimes he doesn't even finish games. There's been times
Man.
we've subbed our captain because he's just run
Mm,
out of steam. And
exactly.
it's not like I'm trying to slam the guy at all, but I've been dealing with this for so long. We need a Cesc Fabregas type player. Odegaard could come off the bench. I don't have a problem with him off the bench, but I do have a problem with his inability to lead the team in critical games.
Yeah.
That just says it right there.
That says it right
And there's
there.
a reason why he's been passed around, La Liga a bit, because I think Real Madrid don't know what to do with him. Real Sociedad had him on, I think loan for 2 or 3 seasons, and he did great things there, but never won anything, I don't believe.
Yeah.
Um, Look at his past. I mean, nobody really wanted Odegaard. I think a lot of it has to do with his physical stature,
Yeah.
especially in the Premier League. He's just a small, lightweight kind of guy that gets pushed around. And Melia said it,
Exactly.
Lampard's a top
It gets
midfielder.
peopled about, and yeah, it's not good enough.
Zubamendi's more Lampardish than Odegaard is.
Exactly. He has more grit, more
He's
power. He can stand. He
right.
can hold his own. Yeah. Exactly, man.
And
And
it's
again, look at that Girona team. Let that be an example.
mm,
Look at
right.
Girona in Spain. These guys don't have superstars, and that
No,
shows you can actually have a young team that can grow and develop the same way and play good football and
right,
beat teams up. Look at how Girona is playing. No single superstar down there. All of them are superstars. Go
right.
and take a cue and see what they're doing at Girona down
Yeah,
there. See Oregon Gunnar before you go for your meeting, right? Yeah.
everybody.
See, Manchester United lost
Mm,
against
they did.
Bournemouth, pummeled by Bournemouth. In
They
fact,
got pummeled.
they were so lucky, yeah, for them not to concede 6 goals. It was
Yeah,
horrible, horrible show. Shout out to the Southern Gunner, man. I need to see you on the channel soon. We need to have another Arsenal
yeah.
therapy.
Let's
It's
do
this
it.
equal passion, equal opportunity. Bashing, yeah, exactly, man. Equal up, everyone can get it. But if it's time for us to herald these players, we do herald them and grit them up. If they perform less, we smack them up. Danny, big ups. He said, "Oh my God, Danny's taking the piss now. He's saying, Sami Nana, hey, waka waka, hey." You know what? Yeah, he's talking about that Kai Havertz stuff. See,
Mm,
Oregon's gonna close the show by telling us about what you thought about that Bournemouth game, smacking Manchester United in the theatre of nightmares, Newcastle being sent to Pluto, beating black and blue at One Hart Lane, and of
yeah.
course, to tell us about Chelsea chasing blue ghosts in the heart of Goodison Park. What do you think?
Well, big up Bournemouth. Fuck United all day long. Sorry to kill your streak.
That was
Big up
gangster, man. That
Bournemouth.
was
Big up
gangster.
Bournemouth.
That was
Pounded them
gangster,
fools.
man. That was
United can suck
gangster,
it.
man.
And then, as with Newcastle, Tottenham, wow, wow.
Mm,
I'm not gonna say Ange Ball is it, but you know what?
mm.
I'm going to give some praise to Spurs, which I never do. They look
Mm,
pretty good without James Madison. Enough
mm.
said. Richarlison, whatever. I don't have much. I mean, what do I have to say against Spurs Newcastle? I was pulling for the Magpies all day. But anyway, they're 3 points behind us, but that's still good. They're chasing points. We're not, right? We're on top of them. So, and I don't even consider them our rivals anymore. And then with
Yeah,
Chelsea, absolutely dropped. I don't know what they're going. I don't know any direction they're going at all. I don't think ownership has a clue. I don't think Pochettino has a clue what to do with these players. They're just a bunch of no names. He knows Sterling, probably knows Enzo. He doesn't know any of those other players. He
yeah,
hasn't built he hasn't built any sort of relationship with any of them. I don't care what any Chelsea fan says. There's no way that they're getting top five this season. No way. I don't think they're getting top six, seventh, Europe. None of it. They are so bad, and I can't wait. I can't wait to meet them again and pound the Blues. So
mm,
that's my analysis, man. Screw United. Newcastle, 13 injuries. I think that'd be a different game with a different 11. But
yeah.
Spurs playing some decent football right now. I hate to say it, but it's the facts. And down with the Chelsea scum. I just want to see them and wiped off the face of the earth. No, that's a little bit rough.
Wiped out the face of
Look
the
at
earth.
administration. Let Todd bully the American, fuck him up into administration.
Shout
All I
out
can
to
ask
Red Bull.
for.
Shout out to Red Bull Vodka who is on the show. Yeah, we've come to the end, and you just pop in. Big up to you, Red Bull Vodka. Big up to you, Malia, who showed up here too. Big up to Danny, Longhead Yeti, who are in the chat. Yeah, big up to you guys. You guys are true heroes. Danny, man. See, I'm sorry, man. I don't think I have the cojones to play Liverpool at Anfield. Not with what I'm playing right now. I don't think we have the balls to go to Anfield and commit murder down there, man. I'm sorry, man. I,
Yeah.
I think we're just there for the beating, man. Like they're just gonna have meat to pound on the day. So let's see what happens. Oregon Gunner, man. Talk to
Hey,
these people. Where can they
uh,
find you, man?
well, check me out, Oregon Goo, on YouTube, Infamous Dal on Instagram, and every Friday on the American Idiot Show with TJ Warren at 9 p.m. UK time. And I think we're doing our 40th show with TJ. So hopefully,
Yeah.
a couple of incredible guests on there. Tony, we'll get you in the calendar. We've got
Mm,
we've got a list of people we keep
a,
kind of
lo-
going through.
a long
So
list, right?
it makes the rotation. I know we've had you on before, but it kind of got to get the rotation going. But yeah, thanks again for having me on, Tony. 15th show. This is fantastic. I'm glad we were able to make
Fantastic,
it work
man.
today.
Yeah.
But again, I'm going to say we I say it every time we move on because this weekend, guys, this is what we live for. This is the football we love. This is the sport we love. This is the weekends. Every Friday, I'm ready, just like you guys
Mm,
are, to see what happens because it's just
yeah.
the most best thing in the world.
Yeah, man.
Couldn't live
Uh,
without
Yeah, exactly. Big up to True Josh, True Gooner channel. Yeah, big ups to you. Thanks for giving me an invite today on your channel. Big up to everyone who joined us on this show. Drew Gunner, Red Bull Vodka, Danny. Big up to you, the
it.
assembled Southern Gunner, all of you. Yeah, thanks. Here today, who's also a member of this channel. Onome Longhead Yeti, Malia, all of you. Yeah, from me and Dal, we are out.